I want to welcome you guys on to the North American Update Zoom. I've got a special guest on with me tonight here from beautiful Salt Lake City, Utah. I got to tell you, by the way, crazy weather here in Utah. It has been snowing. I woke up early this morning and looked out the window and I said, there's no way that it's April 3rd right now, as it's been snowing here in beautiful Utah. I'm ready for some 70 and 80 degree weather. But guys, we wanted to do an update Zoom. I wanted to get in front of everybody this evening. And I want to first off, thank you. I want to thank you for everything that you guys are doing. I want to thank you for everything you're doing out there, sharing the amazing message here at 3. Guys, it's been an amazing 6 weeks. We launched on February 20th, and to see what has taken place in such a short time has been nothing short of an amazing experience. Guys, it's been such a, people are getting their products over the last week, and to hear some of the stories that are being shared out there, to hear the testimonials and to hear the stories, I got to tell you, it has been, I just had a text actually about an hour ago before we started about our Eternal product from somebody that said, I don't know what's happened, but in 3 days' time, I'm experiencing life-changing results from this product. Thank you so much for offering this product at 3. All 6 of our products are going to change lives. I look at the ingredients. I look at the formulations. I look at my special guest tonight, Dr. Dan Gubler, our 3 Chief Scientific Officer, and I look at how talented he is with formulations, and he's got some amazing news to share with you guys. Hopefully you guys can see me okay, by the way. Hopefully the slide's not still up, and hopefully you can see me. But it is such an honor to be on here with you. It's such an honor to be sharing with you guys tonight and to give you guys an update about where we're at as a company. I asked Dr. Dan to join us tonight. Formally it's Dr. Gubler, but everybody here at 3 calls him Dr. Dan. And I asked Dr. Dan to be on here with me tonight to not only share some exciting news, but to share his perspective of the last 40 days. Guys, here's what I'm here to tell you. Kim Wee did an amazing job talking about the different stages of a company, the formulation stage. And you go through all the different stages of building. Here's what I want to first off say. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for your leadership. I want to say thank you for your belief. I want to say thank you for believing in something bigger than you have any idea at this time what it is. What do I mean by that? Here's exactly what I mean. I think so often we go out and you look at a forest of trees and you think, in that forest of trees, how did those trees get there? Well, they got there by planting a seed. They got there by some water, some sunshine, some chlorophyll, some photosynthesis. They got there through amazing growth and through amazing creation. Growing a company is the same thing. We don't see the forest. We see one tree being planted. We see one story being told. We hear one product story being shared. The little things add up to the big things. And I want to thank you guys for your belief. I want to thank you for being willing to join a brand new company. I hear so often, if I had $1 for the last 6 weeks, every time I've heard, do I want to join a startup? Daniel, is it smart to join a new company? Here's what I'd tell you. Every company starts somewhere. Every company has to start as a small company. You have to be small before you can be medium. You have to be medium before you can be big. You have to be big before you can be massive. I'd tell you this, we haven't even gotten started yet. I'm so fired up and looking forward to our Salt Lake event, May 23rd and May 24th. And I know there's people looking at their calendars. I'm going to talk raw with you for a few minutes tonight. There's people looking at their calendars saying, it's on a Tuesday and Wednesday, honey. Can we make it? Or maybe I've got to work because it's on a Tuesday or Wednesday. It's in the middle of the week. Well, I've got an exciting announcement for you in a couple minutes regarding this. But I want to tell you this. This is going to be a life-changing event. There's going to be inspiration. There's going to be education. By the way, I prefer education over motivation. If you educate somebody, it's life-changing. If you motivate somebody, it's temporary. I believe in educating somebody. There's different types of education, but we're going to inspire, we're going to educate, we're going to share from our hearts from stage why we're involved in creating this movement. We're going to share why this movement. We're going to talk about the people. We're going to talk about the purpose. We're going to talk about the platform that we're giving each and every one of you so that you can go out and achieve whatever it is you want to achieve for your families. You know, everybody's led and motivated by different things. And I got to tell you, the last 6+ years in this industry has been such an amazing educational experience for me personally. You get to deal with so many different personalities, different ages, different sex, different backgrounds, different educational levels, different levels of success. But when you put it all together, you get to deal with people. Guys, I love people. I believe in people, and I believe in the possibilities of what anyone can create. I don't believe there's a lid on what you can create. I don't believe that anybody watching this tonight was given a lid on where their potential is. I don't believe in lids. I believe that any person out there can achieve whatever it is that they're willing to go fight for. You know, a quote that I kept on my computer for a number of years that I've absolutely loved is, success is no accident. It is hard work, it's perseverance, it's learning, it's studying, and it's sacrifice. And most of all, you have to love both what you're doing and what you're learning to do. Where am I going with that? I'd encourage each and every one of you to learn what we're doing. What do I mean by learning what we're doing? Well, there's professionals that are part of this company that have had a ton of success in this industry, and they know what to do next, and they're here to teach you. That's not our job at corporate. Our job is to ship the products. Our job is to make sure they arrive at your doorstep. Our job is to manufacture life-changing science-based products and make sure they arrive at your doorstep. Our job is to pay out commissions to the hardworking men and women that are out there on a daily basis, sharing this opportunity and these amazing life-changing products. Your job is to go out and share these products. Your job is to share this amazing platform that we're building that gives anyone the opportunity to achieve whatever it is they want to achieve with some focus. And so I met with the team. You know, I want to thank you for not only your belief, but I want to thank you for believing in something so early that you were willing to take a chance. And I met with the team and I said, what do I want to do as a thank you? And you'll see the slide up here that I created. It's very simple, but it's very to the point. I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank you if you're somebody that just got involved yesterday and ordered products for the first time. I want to thank you if you were one of the pioneers that joined us at the very beginning 6 weeks ago. I want to thank you if you're somebody that got in a week or two ago saying, I barely know anything about this company, but a loved one or a friend or some family member, somebody that cared about me shared with me this opportunity. I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to also thank you for being willing to get on the planes, trains, and automobiles to come here to Salt Lake City on a Tuesday and Wednesday, May 23rd and 24th. And so I've got a big announcement. We're going to take down the thank you slide, and I've got a big announcement for you that I'd like to share with everyone out there. And that is, you're going to see a slide pop up here in a second. And it's going to show you that if you buy a pack, here's what you get. By the way, we're going back to the beginning of the company. And I know there's people out there that are going to say, why would you do this? You made an announcement a few weeks ago that tickets are $149, but tonight you're giving us tickets based on the purchase of a pack. And I'm going to say, you're darn right. It's my way to thank you. It's the right thing to do for believing in us, for investing in a product pack to come into this company and believe in us from the beginning. You decided to take a chance and join us here at 3, and that's not lost on us. You've gone out there and said, you know what? Product's going to take a few weeks to ship, but I want to be involved in this company. And you did. And so here's my announcement. If you bought a founders pack from February 20th, the day we pre-launched, up until now, and not only now, but all the way till the end of April, till April 30th. If you bought a founders pack previous to today, back to the 20th of February, or moving forward until the end of this month, till April 30th, we're going to give you 3 convention tickets if you bought a founders pack. Now, where can you use these convention tickets at? Well, here's where you can use them at. Number 1, you can use them for any event that we're holding. You say, well, what's any event? Guys, we're having 2 events. There's going to be a big announcement going out here in the next 48 hours. We're having 2 events. We're having our Salt Lake City launch on May 23rd and 24th. Write that down. And we're having another event mid-June in Hong Kong. It's going to be an exciting announcement in the next 48 hours regarding this event. You'll be able to use these tickets at either event. You'll be able to use these tickets if you want to use 2 for the Salt Lake event, but 1 for the Hong Kong event in June, you can do it. If you want to use 2 at the Hong Kong event and 1 in Salt Lake City, you can do it. So here's how it works. If you buy the premium pack or intro pack, you get 1 ticket. Okay. You buy the business builder pack and you get 2 complimentary tickets. If you buy the founders pack, or you've previously bought the founders pack, you're going to be given, as I mentioned, 3 tickets. How do you claim your tickets? What do you need to do? It's going to be real simple. You just email into events@iii.earth. Guys, we put this together. I'm going to be completely candid. We put this together at the last minute as a way to thank each and every one of you for your dedication, your belief, and your hard work. And so we put this together and we said, you know what, rather than send out codes and a lot of, programming involved, I'm going to have you just, all you have to do is email in. And guess what? To claim your ticket, hey, I purchased a founders. I want these 3 tickets. Perfect. Done. Simple as that. Just email us in. We'll take care of it. We want to pack out the launch event. It's going to be an amazing event. Here's what I can tell you about your business. We can base what your business is going to do coming out of the launch event based on how many people you have at the launch event. If you say, hey, if you had a crystal ball or a magic wand and you could tell me how big my business is going to be in June, July, and August, we can do it based on how many people you bring with you to the launch event in May. This is our way of saying thank you. This is our way of saying, let's pack out both events. You get the people there, and we're going to deliver on the vision of what this movement of 3 is. Guys, I'm so excited to see what's happening. I'm so excited for products to arrive on people's doorsteps. I'm so excited to hear the feedback. Guys, that's my fuel. I'm driven by 2 things. I'm driven by your story of being more, having more, getting more out of life, becoming more than you thought you could be. That's my fuel. That's what drives me. And the second thing that drives me is hearing life-changing stories from our amazing products. We have amazing life-changing products, and the stories are starting to circulate. I've invited on tonight Dr. Dan Gubler, who has some exciting announcements for you. I want to say this about Dr. Gubler before he comes on and shares with you tonight, and he'll do an amazing job as he always does. But I want to say this about Dr. Dan. I love passion. I'm a guy that runs on fuel and passion. And I love to have people around me and to be surrounded by people that have the same mentality, the same drive, the same hunger. And Dr. Dan is extremely passionate in what he does. I want to thank him for his dedication in putting this amazing movement together from a science perspective and a formulation standpoint. We've got the best there is out there science-wise. We have absolutely beautiful branding and packaging, and I want to thank the entire marketing and communications team for their design work and everything. Our packaging is stellar, but you know what? You can have stellar packaging if you don't have the science to go with it. You can have the sizzle, but you better have the steak, and we've got the steak, and the steak is the science. And we have that because of Dr. Dan Gubler and his relentless approach to perfection, or the relentless approach of finding out what's better and what's next with curation and exploration, does such an amazing job. So I want to thank Dr. Dan. I want to welcome Dr. Dan as he has some exciting announcements for you guys. Dr. Dan, I'm going to turn it over to you. It's all yours.
Thank you, Daniel. Hello, everyone. Good evening. So grateful to be with you all. I love and cherish my association with you. I've met some of you. A lot of you I haven't met, but I look forward as the years go by. And in Salt Lake and in Hong Kong, I look forward to meeting many of you. I'm grateful that you have joined us on this journey, that you have confidence in us, you have confidence in the products, you have confidence in the leadership. I just wanted to thank Daniel. I love him. I'm grateful for his leadership. I've been in this industry for a long time, and I've been around many leaders and many executives in network marketing companies. And hands down, Daniel is the best that I've seen. He loves people. He wants people to win. He cherishes people. He is a brilliant businessman. He's a great strategist, and he gets products. When he and I talk about products and about how to position things and new product development and our current products that we have, he understands them intuitively. He's brilliant, and I'm just so grateful to be able to work with him. So we have some exciting announcements tonight, and we have two of them in particular. And the first one I am so excited about. Here it is. The time has come that we now have all 6 of our products in the prescriber's digital reference. Yes, that's right. All of our products, every product that we offer that forms this beautiful holistic system that nurtures the foundation of the body. I've shown before a slide, and you've probably seen it in different presentations, where we have a picture of a house and we have the fence with the dog, and that figure describes how all of our products holistically take care of the body that can be considered the home. So I'm so thrilled that all of our products are in the prescriber's digital reference. And my friends, that's a big deal. There's no other company on the planet that has all of their products in the prescriber's digital reference. Now, a lot of you might not know what the prescriber's digital reference, or PDR, is. I'm going to use PDR from now on because that's how it's commonly said. The PDR was first started in 1947, and it is the world's foremost physician's digital reference and prescriber's reference. So when doctors want to figure out how to prescribe pharmaceutical drugs and other things in order to help their patients, they need a resource. They need information. Have you ever wondered, when you go to the doctor and you take your kid to the doctor, and the nurse comes in and takes your child's vitals, and then the nurse goes out, and a few minutes later the doctor comes in, and then the doctor talks with your child, asks you a bunch of questions, maybe takes vitals again, this or that, and then they leave? You notice that? And then they come back like 6 minutes later. I always wonder, I'm like, what is so urgent? Is it like lunch, or, does the doctor need to use the restroom at the exact time when I come into the doctor every single time, no matter what time of day it is? Well, what they're doing is they're gathering information when they're talking with you, and then they go to references and they say, oh, okay, so this person has trouble with cholesterol, supporting healthy cholesterol levels. And then what they'll do is they'll go into the databases and actually look, okay, well, if I want to help someone to have healthy cholesterol levels, and their age is this, and their condition is that, and their situation is this, then what would be a good thing that I could give that person? And that's what medical professionals go to the PDR for. It is the foremost reference database for these individuals. And so isn't it exciting that now when medical professionals go and they meet with someone, and that someone has trouble with foundational health, they're not getting the micronutrients, the phytonutrients, the trace minerals, the chlorophyll, the greens that they should. Isn't it cool that when they go into their database, Vitalite will pop up? Isn't it cool when doctors, if they want to help to support a healthy inflammatory status in the body, when they go to this reference, Revive will pop up? When it comes to skin health, supporting health of the skin, the largest organ of the body that's prone to being damaged, isn't it great that collagen will show up? and immune for immune health, and purify for cleanse. And our other products, isn't it just amazing that they are now here in this database? Eternel, that's the one I forgot. Eternel is there as well to help to support healthy antioxidant system in the body, to help to protect the cells from premature aging. And this is a game changer. It really is. What I encourage you to do is to go to pdr.net. That's where you're going to be able to go in order to find this. So let me see if I could share my screen real quick. You guys should be able to see this. So it's as easy as going to pdr.net. And you see here, when you pull up pdr.net, this is what it looks like. There's an app as well. And so in the PDR search bar, you see here, this is where you're going to want to go. And it's interesting, doctors will go in and they'll type in, something like this for cholesterol control, and you see it shows up, or, I don't know, like that, right? So it's interesting. The doctor can go in and they can pull this up and they can be like, okay, yeah, they can look at this and they can see the information. If there are any communications that the FDA has put out on safety or efficacy or something like that, they can see that. So you can see, doctors can come in and they can look at just basically anything they want in order to help their patient. And more, a lot of consumers are looking at this as well. So this is why I'm so excited. Get this, if you tell your doctor to type in 3, look at that. All of our products pull up and they can go in and they can click on it and they can see the information. They can see the supplement facts panel, the recommended use, the warning. They have a picture of it, and they have everything that they need here in order to in order to direct their patients. One thing that I'm excited about the PDR is most of the listings in the PDR are reactive wellness solutions. And we've talked a lot about proactive versus reactive wellness. If this is your first time here this evening with us here at 3, welcome. We're so grateful to have you. Here at 3, we are the world leaders in proactive wellness to keep the body strong from the very beginning. Curated blends of phytonutrients that help to maintain the millions of chemical reactions the body performs every single second. So I'm so excited that now healthcare providers can have proactive wellness solutions as well as reactive wellness solutions. And hopefully we'll all use proactive wellness solutions a little bit more. So how do you use the PDR? Well, like I just showed, it's as simple as that. You could tell a prospect, all of our products are in the physician's desk reference. Go to pdr.net and check it out. If you're talking with a medical professional, they already know the PDR. Tell them to go check it out, to type 3 in that search bar. And I love how the PDR has done it, where you type in 3, all 6 of our products immediately populate. So they'll be able to see them. They're all together. You could search by the product name. You could search Vitalite or Revive, but the easiest is to just type in 3, because we put 3 in front of every product for ease of reference. And so this is going to take your business to the next level. Now, how do you get products into the PDR? I'm asked that question all the time. How does it work? Well, to get your products in the PDR, it takes a lot of effort. They need to know you. They need to know the company. I've been working with a PDR for many years. They're great individuals, and we have a good repertoire with each other, a good respect. So to get into the PDR, a couple of things. Number one, you can't get your product turnkey, a white label from a manufacturer, which is what most supplement companies do. A lot of you might not know that, but product development doesn't exist in most nutraceutical companies. Product development is picking up the phone and calling a contract manufacturer saying, hey, I want to, support healthy cholesterol levels. What do you have for me? Contract manufacturer has a product they've already made. They're giving to 20 different companies. They then pixie dust in a little bit of your blend, and they give it to you. You put your label on it and you sell it. Can those products get into the PDR? Absolutely not. There's no good science, novel science behind it. There's no clinical studies. There's no rigorous third-party testing. There's no creativity when it comes to different mechanisms of action. There's no intellectual property there. And so those types of products cannot get into the PDR. And that's why very, very few nutraceutical companies are in the PDR. So why are we in the PDR? The flip side, the curated blends, the intellectual property, the technology. When I was talking with the PDR a little bit ago, what they told me when I joined 3, I called up the PDR, and then we were talking about our products and getting our products into the PDR. And I mentioned cellular absorption technology in our phone call. We talked a little bit, hung up the phone, and then the vice president of the PDR, he sent me a really nice email, and he said, "Wow, the cellular absorption technologies that you guys are using, you mentioned in the phone call, but I looked at it. I looked at the different references that you sent. Those clinical dossiers that I sent you, my friends, those are in the back office if you need those." He looked at those and he was like, "Man, this is powerful. Cellular absorption technology. This is the type of thing that is what we're looking for in the PDR." Because again, the PDR is targeting prescribers, people who are recommending products, who are looking at holistic health and trying to use a combination of proactive and reactive wellness methods to help their patients. And so he said, this is a beautiful fit. We were able to get our products into the PDR quickly. To get 6 products in the PDR, like Daniel said, we've just been 6 weeks into launch. A lot of you are just starting to get your products, and to have our 3 products already in the PDR right as you're getting your products is nothing short of miraculous. We've been working around the clock. The PDR, they were working around the clock over the weekend. We were just finalizing some proofs, finishing things up after their rigorous evaluation at the beginning. And so this is special. I hope you understand how important this is. I hope you're as excited about it as I am. This, like I've said before, this is going to take us. This is a plateau changer. It can take us from one area and automatically level up to the next in a split second. That's what this product is going to do for your business. It's one of the biggest pieces of credibility. Again, a lot of companies don't have it because they can't get it. It's as simple as that you can't buy getting into the PDR. Either your product has it, it's the wow factor. Either the product has it or it doesn't. And our products have it, and as evidence that our products have it, that's why we're in the PDR. Okay, we're going to talk more about the PDR in the future, but I have another exciting announcement that I'm going to bring up. And this announcement is, a lot of you have been asking about, well, what about third-party testing? Third-party clinical studies, third-party analytical testing. We do rigorous third-party testing on all of our products. In the back office is a really big packet of certifications where we are TGA certified, CGMP, FDA compliant, and all these certifications. If you look at the background, you cannot have any of these certifications unless you do third-party testing. And so we do third-party testing on all of our products, but I want to show a report, and it's up here on this slide. This is an analytical report. We have 200 milligrams of resveratrol in every packet of Eternel. Resveratrol is one of my favorite ingredients. It does many, many different things. It actually helps. One of the cool things that it does is it regulates the genes, the chemical switches in the body. You have 20,000 switches in your body that turn on and off every single second. And these help to control all the reactions in the body. Resveratrol is a master regulator of gene expression. Resveratrol helps to support cellular longevity, healthy aging, lifespan, health span. It can help to support healthy blood glucose levels, healthy insulin levels. It's a beauty from within ingredient. Resveratrol is just a powerhouse of a product. Most often, though, people only include a small amount of resveratrol in their formula, an amount that is not enough to be efficacious when you look at the scientific literature. So we have 200 milligrams of resveratrol in every pouch of Eternel. And, well, do you believe us? I hope you do, but here we go. You look at this analytical report. This is by Biochroma. We're going to release this right after this call. This analytical report will be available, and you can see on this report, right by where the edge of the box is, we have 208 milligrams of resveratrol. And that's not us saying it. That's Biochroma. That's in Dallas, Texas. And this analytical report was ordered by our partner, United One International, United One Laboratories, where Eternel is made. So we formulated on the benchtop here at 3. United One makes it on large scale. They make millions of packets. And then we send it to a third-party group for analytical testing. And they say, yeah, it really does have 200 milligrams of resveratrol. Actually, this particular pouch has 208. And that's great. There's a little bit of variance. We add in what's called overage. We add in a little bit of overage to make sure that we meet that 200 milligrams of resveratrol every single time. So you can take comfort in this, my friends, that we don't just think it works or hope there's enough. We do rigorous testing. You know, I've been involved with, I consulted for a while, and I consulted for a company that was having trouble in its quality and its manufacturing. They were throwing in, X number of milligrams of an ingredient, but it wasn't getting incorporated into the product. It was actually getting lost through the manufacturing process. And that can happen if you're not careful and you don't know what you're doing. And even if you do know what you're doing, sometimes bioactives can get lost. And so this third-party analytical testing result shows, hey, resveratrol, it did not get lost. We still have over 200 milligrams in our formula so that it can do all the amazing things that resveratrol does. And again, if you want to read up on resveratrol, go to that Eternel clinical dossier and you'll be able to read a lot of clinical studies and papers. I should also mention we have 200 milligrams of resveratrol, but the actual amount that the body sees is close to 200 milligrams. And this goes back to what we call bioavailability. Most of the time, for resveratrol, bioavailability of resveratrol is about 20%. So what that means is that normally, if you're taking 200 milligrams of resveratrol and you don't have cellular absorption technology with it, the body is only seeing 40 milligrams. Inside the cell where the magic happens, where resveratrol does all that great stuff I was talking about, that happens inside the cell. But you're only getting 40 if you're not using cellular absorption technology. When you're using cellular absorption technology, you're getting about 190, between 190 and 200. So that's the power of not only our curated formulas, but our cellular absorption technologies. And you put that together, and that forms a really, really powerful combination. So I was just thinking the other day, I am just so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be in this company. You know, when I look at, Daniel asked me, what am I most excited about right now? What I'm most excited about is I can just envision in my mind's eye someone taking Vitalite for the first time. And when they swallow it, I can envision those beautiful natural vitamins and minerals with glycoprotein matrix complex being readily absorbed into the cell. I can see the chlorophyll from the greens absorbing toxins and shelling them out of the body. I can see these polyphenols from these superfruits regulating genes. When someone takes Revive, I can see the liposomal and adjuvant and micellular based curcumin and black cumin seed oil, regulating genes, getting into the cells. With Purify, I can see fulvic acid latching on to heavy metals and toxins from drinking water and pharmaceutical residues, and pulling all those out, grabbing it and shelling out of the body like a bus driver, taking the convicts and putting them back in the pound, shelling things out of the body. I can see Eternel and this 200 milligrams of highly bioavailable resveratrol doing all those things that I talked about. So that's what I'm so excited about. And that's what I do. My greatest desire is just simply to make something that changes people's lives. And that's the payback for me. So I'm so excited these products in your hand. Please remember, this is a holistic foundational system where these products work holistically together. And I'm just, again, so excited that we have our products in the PDR to help everybody on the planet now see that this really is something. You know, 3 is an amazing company. It's always had amazing products, but the PDR, boom, that places us on the radar. Now we're on center stage. All the medical professionals in the world are looking at us. They can't ignore us now. And it's a beautiful thing. Thank you, my friends. Good to be with you tonight. Daniel, back to you.
Dr. Dan, thank you so much. And thank you for sharing and being so passionate on a daily basis about what you do. You know, Dr. Dan has been so head down since our pre-launch of February 20th, working on studies, working on substance. I call it the steak. You know, I mentioned earlier, there's the sizzle and the steak. The sizzle is sparkly, and the sizzle is the diamonds that sparkle when the sun hits it, right? That's the sizzle. The steak, which unfortunately is missing too much in this industry, the steak is when the sizzle, I want you to picture putting a steak in a frying pan on your stove, and the steak sizzles when you put a little vegetable oil in there, and it sounds loud and it's sizzling. But at the end of the day, what's the meat and potatoes? What's the steak actually look like? What's the meat? Not enough companies have the science in the meat. And I want to thank you, Dr. Dan, for the science and the meat. You do such an amazing job. Thank you for joining us tonight. Our products are in the PDR. All 6 of the 3 products are in the PDR now, guys. And I love, Dr. Dan, what you showed, where you can actually go do a search and just put 3 in to the PDR. If you're with your physician doing a routine annual physical, or you've got a family member that's a physician, or a friend or a prospect, they can literally go and you say, Dr. Jones, please go to your desk and type in 3 on the PDR, and they can literally pull up and read about our products. It's so powerful. Thank you, Dr. Dan, again, for sharing with everybody. And resveratrol. Guys, there's a lot of companies out there talking about they've got XYZ number of milligrams of resveratrol in their products. We all know the power of resveratrol. It's an incredible, life-changing ingredient, but it has to be bioavailable, and you have to have the amount that you say you have. And we have over the amount that we have on our label. So couldn't be more proud of our team and what they've pulled off for Eternel and our other 5 amazing products. So again, Dr. Dan, thank you. And I want to say this, at our Salt Lake event, you're going to hear Dr. Dan and the Viseo. Here's what I'd tell you. You're going to hear from people that were involved with us for years that understand science. You're going to hear leadership in the science world that's changing things. And I've had a number of people, and I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say it flat out, because I've had people reach out and say, hey, you know, this product here, tell us about that. Because that was, we want to know about, here's what I'm here to tell you. No one has the science we have. There's this comparison game of this company, do they have that? That company, do they have this? Guys, there's no comparison. The cellular absorption of what we have and what has taken place, there's nothing out there. And I'm just going to speak openly. And I started to share a minute ago. I look at what we built, what I was involved in a previous community. People know it's Viseo. It's not a secret. We had amazing, we had good products. Guys, we've taken it to a completely different level with a brand new company, brand new technology. Cellular absorption is the future. And Dr. Dan is leading that. And I want to thank Dr. Dan for his mission, his conviction, and his dedication. And I want to end with this. I think it's so important when we're talking about who is 3 and what is 3 and who are we attracting. You know, I met with a group of leaders recently, and such a talented group. And, you know, I've had the chance to meet some amazing people in my time in this industry, but I met with a group of people that went out there and wanted to do something big. And I got together with the leaders that I've had a relationship with. I got together with the leaders that were placed into my life, and I was so fortunate for that. And we said, let's go build a movement. Let's do it different. Let's do something that's never been done before. And I called a dear friend of mine, and I want to finish with this tonight. I think it's so important because it's easy. We're always going to have here at 3 people that want to pick this little thing or that little thing. You know, I want to say this. I want to be raw. You know, products. You guys have been very patient to get the 3 products on your doorstep. Thank you. And they've all shipped. And I know it's been a stressful couple of weeks, but for those of you that haven't received, you'll have in the next couple of days. Most people have received their products so far. Products are starting to deliver in the next few days over in Asia. I want to thank our wonderful 3 family over in Asia that have been so patient and so understanding and so dedicated and had so much belief in us. You know, I called a good friend of mine. I've had so many amazing mentors. By the way, I'd ask you to get a mentor. We've got some amazing people. I know the leaders that are on this 3 Zoom tonight. We have so many amazing mentors in this company. But I called a dear friend of mine last week who I have a tremendous amount of respect for. And the mentors I've had, one of my closest mentors passed on. And I've talked about him in the past. But I called a dear friend last week and I said, I want to talk to you and share with you, I'm building this new incredible movement and community. And it's bigger than just a company. It's a mission for me. And we were talking the other night and he gave me he's an older gentleman. He gave me some wise words. And sometimes I'll come to him because I need some advice. We all need advice. The greatest people out there in the world in sports and business, in entertainment and success, everybody needs to go to somebody that they can get advice from. And I went to him last week. I said, I need some advice on something. And we started to talk about some things. And he's been extremely successful in the entrepreneurial world, but he asked me, he says, what do you think it takes to achieve big success? I said, well, that could be a 3-hour-long conversation. He said, give me one word. I said, the word for me would be hunger. And that would be my word. I always tell people hunger is the number one thing that separates the man or woman that wants to achieve greatness. So I would say hunger. And he says, I would agree with you, but I would replace it with a different word. And I said, what is that word? And he said, the word courage. And it hit me pretty hard. He says, I think to go build a successful company, it takes courage. I think to build a big sales organization and a downline, it takes courage. I think to be an amazing spouse, it takes courage. And after talking to this gentleman, it hit me pretty hard. I stayed up late last week one night, and I wrote out a little thing I just want to share with you for a minute. I thought about courage and the courage to succeed. Because when you look at a successful entrepreneur, when you look at somebody in our industry that goes out, what do they need? Well, they have to have a big dream and believe in themselves, but they also have to have courage. They have to have guts. It takes guts to win. And so I just jotted down a few things that I want to share as we end here tonight. I jotted down, you can judge people for a lot of things, but don't ever judge their heart and their passion and their love for people. It takes courage to love other people because you might get hurt in the process. I put it takes courage to believe in people more than they believe in themselves, because sometimes it's a struggle and a battle to get them to believe in themselves, and that takes courage and guts on your part. I said, do you have the courage to chase your dreams? It takes courage to be successful, but I'll tell you what, yes, it's far easier to not be successful, but I believe that we were put here to have courage to chase what we were put on this earth to do. I put here, you don't want to make waves and just be mediocre. Go fit in. You can eat like them, dress like them, talk like them, and think like them, but that doesn't take courage. So I'd ask you guys a few things. Do you have the courage to stand there while the storm around you rages? We've been in a global pandemic for 3 years. Hyperinflation is at an all-time high. I'd ask you to have the courage to go win for yourself and your family. I'd ask you, do you have the courage to figure out what your dream is and go chase it tirelessly? I'd ask you, do you have the courage to be exceptional? Do you have the courage to be wise? Do you have the courage to gain the knowledge and education necessary and take the action necessary to change your life? I put here, do you have the courage to stand out from the crowd when the easiest thing is to follow everyone else? Do you have the courage to go out there and be different? We're all faced with decisions every day, but one of the biggest decisions is, do you have courage? Are you a person that has courage, not just hunger, but courage? And as I typed this out, I thought, you know what? At the event in Salt Lake City next month, I want to get a bunch of people around this community that have the courage to be different. I want the people that when they walk by you and they're 30 yards away and they walk into the room, you say, that person's going somewhere. I want the people that want to change lives. I want the people that want to dream big. I want the people that have the courage to be part of a startup movement in a community like what we have here at 3. I want people that have guts. I want people that have passion. And I want people that love people. I started off tonight by thanking each and every one of you for your belief, your commitment, your dedication. But I would end tonight by asking you, where's your courage level? if we had a barometer and you could hold up that barometer from 0 to 10, and 1 would be you don't believe in yourself, you don't have the courage, I'd ask you to get around people that do. And maybe you're a 10 and you say, you know what, I'm bulletproof, I'm invincible. Get out of my way because I know where I'm going. And if that's you, good for you. I love it. But for the folks that are a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or a 5, I want to get you to a 6 or an 8. I tell you this, don't miss Salt Lake City. We're going to give it our all. We're going to pour out. We're going to love on everybody there. We've got courage. This company has courage. This corporate team has courage. This field leadership team has courage. And they know what to do and how to do. And they're here to share with you what to do next. It's been an honor to be on here for a few nights. Again, I want to thank you for your dedication, your commitment, your leadership, and your belief in joining us so early on. The last thing I'll say is this. So many people out there, as they're climbing the hills, the pioneers get shot in the back with the arrows. They have to take it. And some people say, hey, you know, my products, I had to wait a couple extra days. Or, hey, I've got to work through this issue. I got to contact support. Here's what I'd tell you. Support's always going to be here to support you and to help you. We have an amazing customer service team, both here and in Asia. We will always do what's right as a company. We will always deliver on our promises to provide exceptional life-changing science and an amazing platform and community and a movement that is going to spread all over this globe, one person at a time, person by person, from folks that have courage and belief and love for one another. It's been wonderful to be on here with you guys for a little bit tonight. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for your commitment, your dedication to this company, and we'll see you soon. Good night, everyone.